Hello everyone, welcome to Himalaya online classes. In this video, we are going to continue with our space technology. Okay. See, last class we had studied what is the meaning of orbits, what are launch vehicles, different types of launch vehicles, and what are the propellants or engines it is used in those launch vehicles. Okay. So in this video, we are going to study about satellite and types of satellite. So what is a satellite? Satellite refers to like a body which orbits around another body. Okay, so there can be natural satellites or artificial satellites. Natural satellites, for example, we know that moon, which is our natural satellite which orbits around earth. Similarly, earth is also a natural satellite which orbits around sun. In the same manner, other planetary bodies and other solar objects are the one which orbits around sun. Okay, so these are the natural satellites. However, what we are referring here is the man-made, that is machine-based satellite. Okay, so what is a satellite? Satellite refers to a mission that is launched into space and moves around the earth or any body in the space. Okay, see, any satellite if we take, there will be two parts. Okay, there will be two parts here. One is antenna. Okay, one is antenna and another one is power source. For what for antenna will be used? It will be used for sending and receiving the information. Okay, through signals it sends the information and it receives the information. Okay, from and towards the earth. Then next one will be power source. Okay, for its operation it needs power. Either it will be supplied through battery or it will be, there will be solar panel implanted. Okay, so we can see here, this is a rough picture of how a satellite looks like. There will be antenna. Okay, there will be, these are solar panels. Okay, sending the signals, receiving the signals, that, and control, and this command and control. Okay, now coming to types of satellites. Okay, so in the types of satellites we have various types. First thing is communication satellite, then earth observation satellite, and next one space observation satellites, are also called as astronomical satellites, navigation satellite, reconnaissance satellites, weather satellites, student satellites. Like this we have various types of satellites. Okay, so here they are, it is communication satellite. Okay. So as the name itself says that communication satellites are used for used for establishing communications. Okay, means if you wanted to send an information from this point to this point, so it is not possible without the disturbance, right? If suppose if there is a long distance communication, okay, so it is not possible, right? So for that purpose we take the help of satellite. So what happens is, this is the ground station where it sends the signals to the satellite, and this signal will be received by the antenna. Okay, then it will be transmitted through this transmitter antenna to the destinated ground station. Okay, through this the communication can be properly established. Okay, so for example, somewhere a cricket match is happening, okay, and somewhere else we can watch its live match, okay, using this communication satellites. Okay, this communication satellites will be used for telemedicine, it can be used for DTH services, it can be used for broadcasting services. Okay, so there are multiple uses of it, communication satellites. Okay, for example, if you wanted to take, see, these communication satellites will be either in GSAT series or it will be in INSAT series. Okay. GSAT series, this is geosynchronous satellites, and INSAT series is Indian national satellites. Okay. GSAT series will be usually dedicated for the communication purpose. Okay. However, some of the INSAT satellites will be used for both communication as well as for meteorological purpose also. Okay, meteorological means for like, just like weather satellites. Okay, INSAT series. So what I told, this is only for communication purpose, GSAT. This is communication plus weather satellites. Okay, then if you take GSAT 11, so GSAT 11, This satellite will be able to provide not just communication, it is used for providing satellite internet. Okay, so there are some remote places where we cannot lay optical fibers, where we cannot provide broadband services. Okay, so there in those remote areas we can use these satellites for reaching the internet. Okay, internet through satellites. So that is the purpose of this GSAT 11. Next, coming to GSAT is this GSAT 9. Okay, GSAT 9 is also called as South Asian satellite. Okay, South Asian satellites. So South Asian means SARC members came together, and our Prime Minister had a vision that we all wanted to have a dedicated communication satellites where we all could use that. Okay, so and that is why this GSAT or South Asian satellite was launched. Okay, so all the members of the SARC countries are there except Pakistan. Okay, Pakistan did not join and it is not using this satellite. Okay, its lifetime will be 12 years. Okay, currently it is in use, GSAT 9 or South Asian satellite. And next one is GSAT 30. GSAT 30. So GSAT 30 was recently launched. Okay, recently launched. This was the heavyweight satellite. Okay, nearly 3,350 kg weight satellite, which was used for purely this communication purposes. Okay, because of that hefty weight, we couldn't launch using our launch vehicles. Okay, we took the help of, okay, we launched this satellite in French Guiana. Okay, using their space launch vehicles. Okay, so French Guiana. Please try to find out where is this French Guiana. So it is a country in South America next to Suriname. Okay, so that is about this GSAT 30. Right. So this was recently launched. So why we had launching vehicle, that is GSLV Mark III. Okay, which is capable of taking even 4-ton weight, right, payload capacity. However, we wanted to save it for GSAT, GSLV Mark III. We wanted to save it for launching Gaganyaan mission. Okay, that is why we launched from French Guiana this satellite. Okay. Next one is INSAT 3A. This was recently launched. Okay, INSAT 3A. Okay, so these are this is about the communication satellite. Okay. Next is remote sensing satellites. Okay, remote sensing satellites means here these satellites are also called as Earth observation satellites. Okay. These are also called as Earth observation satellites. Okay, these satellites will be placed in a place where they can, for example, if you take this as an Earth, okay, so these satellites can continuously monitor, okay, continuously observe this region. Okay, okay. So what for this remote sensing satellites are used? They are used for Earth observation. Earth observation. See from ground, okay, whatever the changes are happening, it is very difficult to observe. The slow changes, whatever happening, it is very difficult to observe. Okay, through aeroplane also it is not possible to observe. So we wanted to have a particular body where it will be able to constantly observe the Earth. Okay, observe the Earth, and we should see what changes are happening. Okay, so for that purpose only we have these satellites, that is remote sensing satellites, or they're also called as Earth observation satellites. Okay, so for what are the uses here? So continuously if they are observing, so we can see whatever changes are happening. For example, melting of snow, okay, melting of ice caps, melting of glaciers, that we can observe, or increasing the sea level, so that we can observe. So how we can do means here remote sensing satellites will be equipped with the high-end cameras. Okay, then where it can view through using electromagnetic radiations, different radiations. Using that they can observe. Okay, so it will be used to for the agriculture purpose, for mining purpose, to locate any natural resources are there, and whether water is present in the particular region. So for all that purposes, so remote sensing satellites are very useful. Okay, so remote sensing is observing and measuring our environment from a distance, that is earth observation satellites. Okay, so and one more speciality about these satellites are it can be placed in any orbit. Okay, whether it is in low earth orbit, medium earth orbit, or polar orbit, geosynchronous, geostationary orbit. From in any orbit we can place this satellites. Okay, remote sensing satellites. Okay. For example, we have a series of these satellites, OceanSat. Okay, so particular ocean, to map this ocean resources, OceanSat we have. In OceanSat also there are many series. Okay, then in Cartosat for mapping of the Earth, Cartosat series is there. So latest is this Cartosat 3. Okay, Cartosat 3. Like that we have RESAT, where using the radar the resources can be mapped. Okay, RESAT. Then Megatropics. So all these are examples of remote sensing satellite. Okay, so there are many applications of this remote sensing satellite. Next, moving on to, that is weather satellites. Okay, weather satellites, they are same as remote sensing satellite, but dedicated for what? Dedicated for weather predictions, weather mapping. Okay, for all that. So for example, INSAT 3D, I told no, INSAT series, some of the INSATs are useful for both communication purposes as well as for weather purposes, meteorological purposes. Okay, INSAT 3D is an example of weather satellite, and one more example is Kalpana. Okay, and the next type of satellite is reconnaissance satellite. Okay, this reconnaissance satellite is also an earth observation satellite. Okay, so where this will be used for a particular purpose. Okay, or for, especially we can say for military purpose, for spy purpose, for we can say they are the spy satellites. Okay, and here reconnaissance satellites, usually no country reveals so what are those satellites, because they are used for military purpose, they are used for spying purpose. Okay, so they are also a type of earth observation satellites, that is the reconnaissance satellites. Next one is student satellites. Okay, student satellites. See, ISRO was able to influence many educational institutions to come up with their own satellites, and useful for various purposes, for communication, for weather purposes, like that. So we have student satellites, for example EduSat for education purposes, KalamSat. Okay, so these are some of the satellites which come under student satellites. Okay, next one is navigation satellite. Okay, navigation satellites, as the name itself says, they are used for navigation purposes. Okay, so we launched our own navigation satellites, that is IRNSS. Okay, this navigation satellite system. Okay, so in this we launched 7 satellites. So 7 satellites, 3 satellites are placed in geostationary orbit. You can see geostationary orbit. Then 4 satellites are placed in geosynchronous orbit. Okay, so geostationary, geosynchronous, they are at the height of 35,786 kilometers away from the surface of the earth. So 3 are in geostationary, okay, over the equator, and 4 are in geosynchronous. Okay, and we can see what is the coverage area. Okay, coverage area will be 1,500 kilometer beyond its borders. Okay, beyond its borders. Okay, these satellites will give the range, that is 1,500 kilometers. Very important, please remember this. Okay. And it has 2 types of services. Okay, it has 2 types of services. One is standard service, another one is restricted service. Okay, standard service and restricted service. Standard service, where the civic can use this service. Okay, for the civic purpose. Okay, for the common man use purpose. Okay, For general purpose, we can say that is the standard service. Restricted service means this will be used by the military. Okay, restricted. Okay, that is these are the two types of service. One is standard service and restricted service. Okay, so it is also called as NAVIC. Okay, IRNSS or NAVIC. So as we have our own navigation satellites, in future we are going to use that in the similar manner. Okay, these countries have their own navigation satellite. Okay, so US, it is already existing GPS. Okay, USA's, then GLONASS, Russia's, Bedu, China's, Galileo, European Union, Quasi-Zenit, Japan. Okay, so this is very important because UPSC, I already asked this. Okay, then you need to identify which navigation satellite belong to which country. Okay, here when we compare to all this, GPS and GLONASS, okay, GPS and GLONASS, they give global coverage. Okay, means wherever entire Earth, okay, we can use this. Okay, so these to give global coverage. Okay, see why? Because means IRNSS, we have launched only 7 satellites. Okay, however GPS has launched 24 satellites, so that is why it is able to cover entire globe. Okay. Then next one is Gagan, and these are Gemini. Okay, these are like augmented one. Okay, using this GPS only. Okay, augmented usage. So Gagan stands for GPS aided GEO augmented navigation. Okay, so this was developed by ISRO in accordance with collaboration with the Airport Authority of India. ISRO plus Airport Authority of India. Okay, for what purpose? For the civil aviation purpose. Okay, for the better traffic management purpose. Okay, Gagan. So this was already existing, and in the this is the current affairs, this is the current news. So using this Gagan itself, so we have one more application of this, okay, navigation. Okay, so that is Gemini. Okay, so what is Gemini? Gemini is Gagan enabled. Okay, Gagan. Okay, Gagan enabled mariners instrument for navigation and information device. Okay, satellite based advisory services for deep sea fishermen. Okay, so this is developed by INCOIS and Airports Authority of India. Okay, Indian National Center for Ocean Information Service. Indian National Center for Ocean Information Service. This is the body which comes under Ministry of Earth Science. Okay, this body along with Airport Authority of India has implemented this Gemini. Okay, for what purpose this will be used? This will be used for giving information for the fishermen. Okay, for example, where is the potential fishing areas? What are the potential fishing areas? In which region we can find, okay, more number of fishes? Okay. Then giving them the location. For example, usually our fishermen, like there is there is sometimes possibility that they enter into the exclusive economic zone of Sri Lankan waters. Okay, so there is a movement like that. So to avoid such conditions, we can give the fisherman the location. Okay, location where they are at that time. Okay, so for that purpose also, means for giving the satellite based information to the fisherman, for either for the fishing purposes or for the location purposes, or any disaster is going to occur, early warning purposes, for all that we can use this Gemini, this satellite. Okay, satellite based information. Okay. So next one is space exploration satellites. Okay, space exploration satellites. See, these space exploration satellites are also called as astronomical satellites. They are called actually they are called space probes. Probes means to go and find out, okay, what is there in the space. They are called space probes, dedicated for this. Okay, so India's we have that is AstroSat. Okay, AstroSat. So what is this AstroSat? AstroSat is just like a telescope. Okay, so which works in multi-wavelength. Okay, multi-wavelength one, which is used for observing the space objects. Okay, so we launched this AstroSat in 2015. It completed 4 years in by September 2019. Okay, So it enables simultaneous wavelength observation of various astronomical objects within a single satellite. Okay, AstroSat, India's already it is in use. Please remember this AstroSat. Next, coming to NASA. NASA is having NASA's Great Observatory Program is there. So under that there are various telescopes. Okay. So in that, Hubble Space Telescope, okay, Chandra X-ray Telescope, the Kepler Telescope, Spitzer Telescope, all that comes under that. Okay, so Hubble Space Telescope. So this is the telescope which helped us to find many planets. Okay, so Hubble Space Telescope, and recently, this Hubble Space Telescope helped us to find one comet. Okay, so that comet is called comet 21 or Borisov. Okay, comet 21 or Borisov. Okay, so what is the speciality of this? Means we need to know what is comet. Comet is like extrasolar bodies. Okay, so they do not belong to our solar system. They come out of our solar system. They revolve around the sun and they pass off. Okay, so it is believed that this comet 21 was the second interstellar body which came to the solar system. Okay, so before this, one more comet had come in 2017. That is Oumuamua. Okay, no need to know about that. Oumuamua. So that comet had come, but here comet 21 is the one which is believed that it came very near to the sun. Okay, so it came very near to the sun and it passed off. This is that was detected by this Hubble Space Telescope, comet 21. So what is this? Okay, what is this? This was recently in news. So UPSC can ask like that. Okay, so then so next one is James Webb Space Telescope. So it was already launched in 2018, and it is believed that it will be the successor of Hubble Space Telescope, because this was Hubble Space Telescope was launched in some 1990s. Okay, so that is why James Webb Telescope will act like a successor of this Hubble Space Telescope. Okay, so next one is Spitzer Telescope. Spitzer Telescope is the one it uses IR radiations and other radiations. Okay, so this Spitzer Telescope helped us to find exoplanet. Okay, exoplanet, where in 2016 there was a star called TRAPPIST. Okay, TRAPPIST star was there. So around this star there was a planet, that is exoplanet. Okay, so what is this exoplanet? Means, see, sun is revolved by its own planets. Just like that, sun is a star. No, sun is a star. Just like sun is a star, even other other stars also will be having its own planets, its own satellites, like that. Okay, so to find such planets, exoplanets means extrasolar planets. Okay, especially we wanted to see whether among those extrasolar planets, is there a planet where it lies in habitable zone or Goldilocks zone, we call that. Okay, what is that habitable zone means? So it will be located in such a area, okay, in such an orbit that where it will not be very near to that particular star, or it will not be very far to that particular star. Means, suppose if there is water is present in that planet, means it should not be too, it should not get evaporated, or it should not become icy. Okay, so if water should exist in the liquid form, so such zone it is called as habitable zone. So that zone is habitable for the living organisms. So we are in look for such exoplanets. Okay, exoplanets. So Spitzer telescope helped us to find exoplanets around this TRAPPIST star. Okay, TRAPPIST 1 star. Okay, so recently, see, the Spitzer telescope, it got retired. It got retired in 2018. Sorry, 2020, January 2020. Spitzer telescope got retired. Okay, so the successor will be this TESS, okay, which is already in existence, which is already in working. Okay, TESS, transiting exoplanet survey satellite. Okay, transiting exoplanet survey satellite, NASA's. All these are NASA's only. Okay, so and this TESS had helped us in exploring many exoplanets. Okay, so we should know what are the names of the exoplanets. Okay, for example, K2 18b, K2 18b, then TOI 270, TOI 270b. Okay, then L 98, L 98 59b. Okay, so all these are examples of exoplanets. Okay, how UPSC asked means this was in recently news. Okay, what is it related to? So it will ask in that manner. Okay, we need to just identify that. Okay, so this is just, and this is the exoplanet. Okay, so this is about the space exploration satellites. Okay, then the next one will be, okay, we will try to solve the question. So we have seen till now the types of satellites, that is communication satellite, then remote sensing satellite, earth observation, that is earth observation satellite, reconnaissance satellites, weather satellites, then student satellites, then space observation satellites. Okay, this is about the satellite information. Then we will try to solve this question with reference to Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, IRNSS. Okay, so consider the following statements. IRNSS has 3 satellites in geostationary and 4 satellites in geosynchronous orbit. Okay, right, this is correct, no? Okay, then then if the statement 1 is correct. Okay. IRNSS covers entire India and about 5,500 square kilometer beyond its border. Okay, so entire India is fine, so but 5,500 square kilometer, this is not the right one. So what is the distance? 1,500 square kilometer, not 5,500 square kilometer. Okay, so second option is wrong. So if I cancel out second option, so the none or 1. Okay, we know that 1 is correct. Okay, so 1 is the answer. However, we need to read this third option also. India will have its own satellite navigation system with full global coverage by middle of 2019. No. Okay, we never planned in that manner, because we have launched only 7 satellites. Okay, with 7 satellites we cannot give global coverage. Okay, so this option is also wrong. So what is the answer? Answer is A, that is 1 only. Okay. So the next question will be with reference to the India satellites launch vehicles, consider the following statements. Okay, PSLV, they have asked about PSLV and GSLV. PSLV launched the satellites useful for Earth resources monitoring, whereas GSLVs are designed mainly to launch communication satellites. Okay, PSLV, polar satellite launch vehicles, they are actually multi-purpose. For multi-purpose we use these satellites. They are useful for Earth resource monitoring. Yes, this is correct. GSLV, geosynchronous launch vehicles, means we will place communication satellites where in geosynchronous orbit, okay, or geostationary orbit. So if we place those satellite in that particular height, that is 35,786 kilometer above the surface of the Earth, it can cover more area compared to the satellite placed in the low Earth orbit. Okay, so that is why we feel it is good to place communication satellites in geostationary or in geosynchronous satellites, because it gives more coverage. Okay, so GSLVs are designed mainly to launch communication satellites. Yes, so okay, satellites launched by PSLV appear to remain permanently fixed in the same position in the sky as viewed from the particular location on Earth. Okay, so remains permanently fixed. See, this is the character of what? Of geostationary satellite. No, geostationary orbit. So if the satellite is placed in geostationary orbit, it remains to be fixed from the particular in the particular position. Okay. Okay, so if we move from a particular location, so this is the characteristic of geostationary satellite, not the PSLV. Okay, GSLV, not the PSLV. Okay, so by this we can take off 2. Okay, then we will see we will be remaining with 2 options, that is 1 only and 3 only. GSLV Mark 3 is a 4-stage launch vehicle. Okay, so that is why we need to know Okay, so how many stage launch vehicle it is? GSLV Mark III. In the previous class, we had studied that it is 3-stage launch vehicle, not 4-stage launch vehicle. First stage was solid, second stage liquid, third stage was cryogenic. Okay. With the first and third stage using solid rocket motors and the second and fourth stage using liquid rocket engines. No. So they are talking about PSLV, not GSLV Mark III. Okay. The answer will be 1 only. Okay. Then in 2016, this question was there. Indian remote sensing satellite. Which of the following activities are Indian remote sensing satellites used? For what Indian remote sensing satellites will be used? Assessment of crop productivity. Yes, this can be used. Locating groundwater resources. Yes. Mineral exploration. Yes. Telecommunication. Okay. Is it telecommunication? See, telecommunication is a purpose is by which satellites? Communication satellite. Okay. Not Earth observation satellite. Okay, so if I try to cancel 4 and 4 here, so I'll be left with 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 3. Okay, mineral exploration. Yes, mineral exploration for to find out, okay, whether that mineral is present in the region or not. So that will be assisted by this Indian remote sensing satellite. Yes, this is correct. Means 1, 2 and 3 are the correct answers. Okay, option A is the correct answer. Right? Then the next one, the satellite used for telecommunication relay are kept in geostationary orbit. Okay, right now we have studied this. Satellite used for telecommunication relay are kept in geostationary orbit. A satellite is said to be in such an orbit. Okay, so they are asking about what are the properties of this geostationary orbit. The orbit is geosynchronous. Yes, geostationary orbit is a special case of geosynchronous orbit. Orbit is geosynchronous, which is at the height of, you know that. Okay, the orbit is circular. Yes, all these orbits, whatever we discussed till now, they are circular except geosynchronous transfer orbit. Only that is elliptical. Okay, the orbit lies in the plane of Earth's equator. Yes, above Earth's equator. This is also correct. So 1 is correct, 2 is correct, 3 is correct. So okay, 1, 2, 3 is correct. We have to see. Okay, fourth option. Okay, the orbit is at an altitude of 22,236 kilometer. Okay, so here that is why we need to know that number 35,786 kilometer. Okay, so not 22,236. Okay, if UPSC had replaced this kilometer by miles, okay, then this option would have been correct. Then the option would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but if you wanted to say in kilometers, then it will be 35,786 kilometer, not this. Okay. Okay, so then what is the option? Option is 1, 2, 3 are correct. Okay, so that is why we need to read the sentence very carefully, whether it is kilometer or miles. Okay, we need to read very carefully. Okay, so that's it. So we will see the following next one, the missions of ISRO and other missions in the following video. Okay, so please follow these do's and don'ts. Thank you.